one of the first things that was right there in front of all of us, I think, is how No Child Left Behind, and again, being a special ed teacher and educator all these years, it was absolutely what we needed a decade ago to force us to look at populations of children that we were not serving as we should, special ed being one, children of color, children of poverty. They were able to hover under the radar for years and us not really serve them like we could. So it absolutely served a purpose, but as it was getting closer to 2014, it was beginning, especially in special education, to have diminishing returns. Now, let me give you the perfect example. Bob Jones High School in Madison City, up close to where you are, cross town. One of the highest performing high schools in the state of Alabama, has probably the highest percentage of students with scholarships going to four-year colleges in the state. They've now gone into school improvement year 2 because of the subpopulation of special education that didn't make the cut score on the AMOs. There is something wrong with a system that takes the subgroup of special education in Madison City, which if you look at the subgroup and their actual achievement, they've shown as much or more progress than any other group of students, but because they didn't make the cut score, it doesn't count. There's something wrong with a system that doesn't acknowledge the work of our children and the people who work with them. So our board understood that totally and agreed that we need to challenge No Child Left Behind and AYP and look at things like growth. If we looked at growth, the subpopulation of students in the state of Alabama that might be getting applause would be special education and their teachers, but regretfully that hasn't been the case. And as we began to look at it, we realized another major issue there. Our very brightest students in the state of Alabama, our gifted students, our children that are very academically inclined, if you look at their achievement over this same period, their achievement has actually gone down over the last 7 years because they started so high above the cut score.